Hello, welcome to the CEO dg&la YouTube channel. Current Affairs Mega Series MCQs 25 Question and Answers of 2020 edition. This is highly useful for SSC, Railways, RBI, SBI, IBPS, Nabard and all competitive exams.
First one. WHO's COVAX facility currently includes how many vaccines? The options are A 10, B 9, C 8, D 7. Second one. When will PM Modi announce Swachh Sarvekshan 2020 results? The options are A. August 20th, B. September 2nd, C. September 9th, D. September 30th. First one. WHO's COVAX facility currently includes how many vaccines? The answer is option B 9. The World Health Organization WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom announced recently that 9 COVID vaccines have been included in its COVAX Global Vaccines Facility portfolio and further 9 candidates are under evaluation. Second one. When will PM Modi announce Swachh Sarvekshan 2020 results? The answer is option A, August 20th. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will announce the results of Swachh Sarvekshan 2020 on August 20, 2020. This is the 5th edition of the annual cleanliness survey of the country. Under Swachh Sarvekshan 2020, a total of 129 awards will be conferred to the top performing cities and states in the program titled Swachh Mahotsav. Third one. When will the first ever World Solar Technology Summit be held? The options are A. August 20th, B. September 8th, C. September 12th, D. August 31st. Fourth one. The Home Ministry has withdrawn 10,000 security personnel from which state or union territory? The options are A. Arunachal Pradesh, B. Jammu and Kashmir, C. Manipur, D. Assam. Third one. When will the first ever World Solar Technology Summit be held? The answer is option B, September 8th. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating the first ever World Solar Technology Summit on September 8, 2020. The summit is being organized by the International Solar Alliance (ISA) on a virtual platform. Fourth one. The Home Ministry has withdrawn 10,000 security personnel from which state or union territory? The answer is option A, Jammu and Kashmir. The Ministry of Home Affairs on August 19, 2020 ordered pull-out of 10,000 security personnel from Jammu and Kashmir after 1 year. The security troops were brought into the region last year before Centre took its decision of withdrawing the special status of the former state. Fifth one. Which Indian Sports Authority will be providing immediate support to 61 athletes who are not employed due to COVID-19 pandemic? The options are A. BCCI, B. Hockey India, C. Badminton Federation, D. Football Federation. Sixth one. The US brokered a historic peace agreement between Israel and which nation on August 13, 2020? The options are A. Saudi Arabia, B. Qatar, C. UAE, D. Bahrain. Fifth one. Which Indian Sports Authority will be providing immediate support to 61 athletes who are not employed due to the COVID-19 pandemic? The answer is option B, Hockey India. The Hockey India Executive Board has announced immediate support for 61 athletes who are not employed due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The athletes include both junior and senior male and female athletes. Sixth one, the US brokered a historic peace agreement between Israel and which nation on August 13, 2020? The answer is option C, UAE. US President Donald Trump has announced a historic peace deal between Israel and UAE, under which Israel has agreed to suspend its plan to annex parts of the West Bank. Seventh one, when will India's Kisan Rail start functioning? The options are A. August 7th, B. August 16th, C. August 15th, D. August 11th. Eighth one, India exchanged lists of civilian prisoners and fishermen in its custody with which nation? The options are A. Sri Lanka, B. China, C. Bangladesh, D. Pakistan. Seventh one, when will India's Kisan Rail start functioning? The answer is option A, August 7th. The country's first Kisan Special Parcel Train or Kisan Rail will start from August 7th, 2020. The train will start at 11 am and it will transport material between Maharashtra's Devlali and Bihar's Danapur railway station. Eighth one, India exchanged lists of civilian prisoners and fishermen in its custody with which nation? The answer is option C, Pakistan. India and Pakistan on July 1st, 2020 exchanged lists of civilian prisoners and fishermen in their custody through diplomatic channels at New Delhi and Islamabad. Such lists are exchanged every year on January 1st and July 1st under provisions of the 2008 agreement between the two nations. Ninth one, renowned poet Rahat Induri passed away on August 11, 2020. He was a poet in which language? The options are A. Bengali, B. Tamil, C. Urdu, D. Malayalam. 10th one, veteran Congress leader CM Shivaji Rao Patil Nilangekar passed away on August 5, 2020. He served as the former Chief Minister of which state? The options are A. Madhya Pradesh, B. Maharashtra, C. Karnataka, D. Rajasthan. Ninth one, renowned poet Rahat Induri passed away on August 11, 2020. He was a poet in which language? The answer is option C, Urdu. Renowned Urdu poet and lyricist Rahat Induri passed away on August 11, 2020. He was 70. He has tested positive for COVID-19. 10th one, veteran Congress leader CM Shivaji Rao Patil Nilangekar passed away on August 5, 2020. He served as the former Chief Minister of which state? The answer is option B, Maharashtra. Former Maharashtra Chief Minister Shivaji Rao Patil Nilangekar passed away on August 5, 2020 due to prolonged illness. He was 89. Shivaji Rao Patil Nilangekar had served as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra between 1985 and 1986. 11th one, which nation successfully tested its advanced missile defense system Arrow 2 interceptor? The options are A. Iran, B. North Korea, C. China, D. Israel. 12th one, which nation has launched AgriOTA, an e-market platform to bridge gap between Indian farmers and its food industry? The options are A. Saudi Arabia, B. Qatar, C. Germany, D. UAE. 11th one, which nation successfully tested its advanced missile defense system Arrow 2 interceptor? The answer is option D, Israel. Israel's defense ministry conducted a successful test of the nation's advanced missile defense system Arrow 2 interceptor against long-range ballistic attacks on August 12, 2020. The Arrow interceptor is a part of the multi-layered system which Israel has developed to defend against both short and mid-range missiles. It can also intercept long-range missiles. 12th one. Which nation has launched gyAn, an e-market platform to bridge gap between Indian farmers and its food industry? The answer is option D, UAE. The United Arab Emirates has launched gyAn, an e-market platform to bridge the gap between Indian farmers and its food industry. gyAn is a new technology-driven agri-commodity trading and sourcing e-market platform, which will allow the rural farmers in India to bypass intermediaries, optimize the supply chain, and ensure traceability to create value for all stakeholders. 13th. Which nation declared a state of environmental emergency on August 7, 2020? The options are A. Maldives, B. Mauritius, C. Indonesia, D. Malaysia. 14th. Which country will receive USD 500 million assistance from India for a connectivity project? The options are A. Sri Lanka, B. Mauritius, C. Maldives, D. Indonesia. 13th. Which nation declared a state of environmental emergency on August 7, 2020? The answer is option B. Mauritius. Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth declared a state of environmental emergency on August 7, 2020 after a shipwreck caused a massive fuel spill. A Japanese-owned ship which ran around on July 25th has been leaking tons of oil. The ship is reportedly carrying nearly 4,000 tons of fuel oil and 200 tons of diesel on board. 14th. Which country will receive USD 500 million assistance from India for a connectivity project? The answer is option C. Maldives. Union External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar announced on August 13, 2020 that the Indian government will fund the implementation of a major connectivity project in the Maldives with USD 400 million line of credit and USD 100 million grant. 15th. Who will get coronavirus vaccine first in India? The options are A. People with comorbidities, B. Children below 5 years, C. Adults above 65 years, D. Coronavirus warriors. 16th one. Which state's government will launch VyAkaraN on August 12, 2020? The options are A. Gujarat, B. Telangana, C. Karnataka, D. Andhra Pradesh. 15th. Who will get coronavirus vaccine first in India? The answer is option D. Coronavirus warriors. Coronavirus warriors will be the first ones to get the COVID-19 vaccine after its launch. This was shared by Minister of State for Health Ashwini Kumar Choube. Corona warriors are all the doctors, paramedics, policemen, sanitation workers and others involved in different duties at the risk of their lives to help India win the battle against COVID-19. 16th. Which state's government will launch VyAkaraN on August 12, 2020? The answer is option D. Andhra Pradesh. The Andhra Pradesh government is all set to launch VyAkaraN on August 12, 2020 to benefit the rural economy of the state amid hardships resulting due to the COVID-19 pandemic. 17th. Which renowned Indian writer's 140th birth anniversary was observed on July 31st, 2020? The options are A. Munshi Premchand, B. Rabindranath Tagore, C. Amrita Pritam, D. Sri Aurobindo. 18th. Which among the following service is not a major reform under the newly launched Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest platform? The options are A. Faceless Assessment, B. Faceless Appeal, C. Taxpayers Charter, D. Single Window System. 17th. Which renowned Indian writer's 140th birth anniversary was observed on July 31st, 2020? The answer is option A. Munshi Premchand. The films division is planning to mark the 140th birth anniversary of Munshi Premchand and the 40th birth anniversary of Mohammad Rafi with a documentary tribute. The documentaries Premchand and Rafi We Remember You will be streamed on Films Division website and YouTube channel for free. 18th. Which among the following service is not a major reform under the newly launched Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest platform? The answer is option D. Single Window System. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Transparent Taxation Honoring the Honest platform on August 13, 2020. The platform includes three major reforms: Faceless Assessment, Faceless Appeal, and Taxpayers Charter. 19th. Which country has allowed the sale and registration of electric vehicles without pre-fitted batteries? The options are A. India, B. China, C. Japan, D. Singapore. 20th. A new ICMR study has proposed what alternatives to swabs for COVID-19 sample collection? The options are A. Earwax, B. Eye fluid, C. Blood, D. Gargled water. 19th. Which country has allowed the sale and registration of electric vehicles without pre-fitted batteries? The answer is option A. India. The Indian government on August 12, 2020 announced that it has allowed the sale and registration of electric vehicles without pre-fitted batteries. The move is aimed at reducing the upfront cost of these vehicles as pre-fitted batteries account for almost 30 to 40% of the total cost of the vehicle. 20th. A new ICMR study has proposed what alternative to swabs for COVID-19 sample collection? The answer is option D. Gargled water. The Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) recently published a study that revealed that gargle lavage as a feasible alternative to swabs for sample collection for COVID-19 testing. 21st. PM Modi announced the launch of which two new projects for the conservation of India's most endangered species during his Independence Day speech? The options are A. Project Rhino, Project Elephant, B. Project Leopard, Project Panda, C. Project Tiger, Project Dolphin, D. Project Barasingha, Project Heron. 22nd. Which nation has become the first one in the Arab world to produce nuclear energy? The options are A. Saudi Arabia, B. UAE, C. Bahrain, D. Qatar. 21st. PM Modi announced the launch of which two new projects for the conservation of India's most endangered species during his Independence Day speech? The answer is option C. Project Tiger, Project Dolphin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Project Tiger and Project Dolphin during his Independence Day speech on August 16, 2020. The two projects have been launched for the conservation of the two endangered species in the country using modern technology. 22nd. Which nation has become the first one in the Arab world to produce nuclear energy? The answer is option B. UAE. The United Arab Emirates UAE has become the first Gulf nation to produce nuclear energy. Unit 1 of the Abu Dhabi-based Barakah nuclear power plant has become operational. 23rd. Which country has detected new coronavirus strain that is 10 times more infectious? The options are A. Malaysia, B. China, C. US, D. Italy. 24th. Which Union Minister tested positive for COVID-19 on August 2nd, 2020? The options are A. Home Minister, B. Defense Minister, C. Finance Minister, D. Education Minister. 23rd. Which country has detected new coronavirus strain that is 10 times more infectious? The answer is option A. Malaysia. Malaysia has detected a strain of new coronavirus which is 10 times more infectious. The mutation has been found in at least 3 of the 45 cases in a cluster. 24th. Which Union Minister tested positive for COVID-19 on August 2nd, 2020? The answer is option A. Home Minister. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had tweeted confirming early on August 2nd that he had tested positive for coronavirus. The 55-year-old has been hospitalized on the advice of the doctors. 25th. Amazon.com Inc. has launched its online pharmacy in which Indian state? The options are A. Delhi, B. Mumbai, C. Chennai, D. Bengaluru. 25th. Amazon.com Inc. has launched its online pharmacy in which Indian city? The answer is option D. Bengaluru. Amazon.com Inc. launched an online pharmacy in India on August 14, 2020 to serve the Karnataka's capital city, Bengaluru. The service, Amazon Pharmacy, has begun and will soon offer both over-the-counter and prescription-based drug deliveries across the city.
Dhanyavad. Thank you. If you like this video, do like, subscribe and share. See you in the next one. Bye bye.